on the YouTube. All right, there we go. We got it recorded. All right, so the first thing we want to look at is, really is finding these levels of support and resistance. And the reason why I'm bringing this up first is because also Miss Chandler, talked about the signals that we get, right? And again, we love the signals that we're getting from our professionals, but one thing that I also do and like to tell my team do is understanding certain levels so you can kind of double check or add a confirmation to if this is a trade that I actually want to get in, right? Because some of the trades they send, and I can look and say, yeah, it doesn't look like, I'm not confident in the trade, right? So we always want to make sure that we can be confident in the trades as well. So the first thing I want to look at is the notorious BTC USD, right? And I'm just using this just to look at certain levels. I do have an indicator here. I'm going to actually remove it. Um, I've been looking at Bitcoin a while. Just caught that good buy right there for a little bit. All right. So what I like to do is kind of look at the trade naked. I would say, right? You don't have any indicators here. No 20 pip and dip indicators. No Bollinger Bands. No moving averages. Nothing. Right? Just naked forex, as I like to call it. Right? And this comes into just looking at zones. Okay. And what I'm using right now is tradingview.com. So I'm not sure if y'all have used TradingView before. If not, go ahead and write down tradingview.com and make sure you set up a free account for yourself so you can utilize this to mark up your charts. And what I like to come do here, I like to utilize my trend line, my horizontal line to the left. Hopefully everybody can follow me. It's gonna be slow so everybody can kind of see what I'm utilizing. Go over here to my trend line tools. Then I want to find a horizontal line, right? And what I want to find is, let me go here first. What I want to find is multiple touches, right? I see here in this zone, right? So as I see that, that's what I see with my naked eye already. So what that means to me is, okay, that's a level right there. Right now, this level has been, as of right now, what I like to call resistance or ceiling. Because what I've seen is when market touches this zone, it acts as a ceiling and then it bounces down. Anything that hits a ceiling would then revert back down. Okay. We also see here where it broke through the ceiling, which I call this a fake breakout. Okay. Because it did break that. And then instead of retesting, which if it was going to a new uptrend, it came right back through. Right. So again, this confirmed a level of resistance. And then we see it do it once again here, once again here, and then we see the sell. Okay. So basically, what that means to me, if I'm currently looking at Bitcoin, again, this is a potential trade opportunity, as you can see here, because based on this move, I believe Bitcoin is going to at least hit this 11,900 zone again, right? Is it going to break through it? Who knows? Is it going to bounce off it? Who knows? But what I do know based on history is that when it's moved toward this way, it's hit this zone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times already. Okay. So basically that means Bitcoin has the opportunity to go from 11,700 to 11,900, which would be over 2,000 pips, right? And that's just one level. As I can see here, and we're looking at this with our naked eye, okay? I see, okay, one level here, another here, right? All linear, right? And this is kind of where we're at right now, right? This is what current price is. So now let's look at this zone. So current price is actually in one of our levels as well. And on this level, it has acted as both support and resistance, okay? So when we first got to the zone here, it resisted as a ceiling, right? It broke through, right? Then it came back and became support. It became a floor because once now it becomes a floor, right? We see it take profit once again. We'll go back up to our ceiling, right? We had then a major breakthrough, back through both zones. And so many messages right now. Yes, I'm live. So many. We see that breakthrough here, and then it becomes what? It becomes a ceiling once again, right? So with your naked eye, and the more you actually practice this, right, and we're not really looking for trades, we're just looking to find levels and zones. We start to see things repeat themselves, right? And then we start to see, confirmations that we hadn't seen before, right? And we're seeing how many times this market respect this line. So once again here, before another breakthrough, and now we're currently at that level. So looking at Bitcoin, as I'm seeing here, I got a confirmation where I had the 1 hour candle breakthrough, I had the second candle retest, right? And it's really not sure what it's going to do, okay? But before I get in on a buy on this, what I would do, or I would suggest, is a bullish candle that would then close, this next candle, close above that blue line or above this zone. Because what that does is just give me a second confirmation that, hey, not only did it break this zone, it retested it. Now it's a floor. And now I'm expecting to buy. So I'm waiting for a green candle to close. I have two red candles right here after my green one closes, what basically mean the sellers, people right now are selling. People don't know whether to sell or to buy. We're kind of at a standstill, right? Is Bitcoin going to see 12,000? Is Bitcoin real? Is it going to retrace? Right? Our buyers and sellers are at a dead stop right now. So we're not seeing much movement. So you do want to wait. And that's one thing too about trading that we have to learn is, again, patience. Because when we look at the market, doesn't mean the market is going to give us money. You have to be patient and wait for those setups. But just those simple two levels of support and resistance, right? Are there any questions? And again, if you have any questions, hit the raise your hand button, come off mute, kind of just let me know. And if I need to slow it down or look at something different, y'all just please let me know. If not, I'm gonna continue. And what I'm just doing now is just zooming out, right? I'm zooming out so you guys can even see, what those levels look like on a bigger level, right? Because at first this wasn't even included in the chart. But now we can see outside of those levels, even price here back in what's this, August 1st, because on the hour chart, we see it respect here. So that just makes it strong levels. The more you see it touch these levels of support and resistance, is to let you know how strong these levels are and how much respect the market has for these prices. Okay, and that's important to understand, because if market respects it, then I know this is where I can enter or this is where I can exit, depending on when I actually enter the trade, if that makes sense. So next, I'm gonna continue certain levels, and I also see, okay, this stands out to me. This also stands out. Okay, this stands out. So does it here. Boom. So guess what I have now? I have another level that kind of goes straight across right here. That was support, right? Became, I can't say resistance, but it didn't fully make it all the way back up before it bounced down. We see it become support again, right? We see it become support, okay? And we also see it become resistance here. Bounce up, double top, bounce down, sell, break through to a whole different zone, right? So if I'm going back to that trade, now that I have these three zones marked up, and then I'm right in the middle of where current price is, a few things can happen right here. Let me see. There we go. All right. One thing I can see, some possibilities here, because hey, we've hit the zone, we've broken through, right? We've seen it break through. We could possibly see that take profit here. We could possibly see a bounce back here. So again, what we're waiting on is for that candle to close, because we can catch it this way, you can catch it back down here, okay? And either way, this is where we have potential where we can actually get in, make some ducats, and get out. One thing is to understand pips, pairs, and lots. I'm going to write that down. So if that's something that you may struggle with, I would suggest that's something you definitely want to, study. It's okay to, struggle, but let's keep looking into it. Pip, pairs, and lots. I'm just going to write some of this stuff down as we go, add some terminology and vocabulary. And the reason why these are important, because you need to find, one, the pairs that you want to trade. Again, if you're a new trader, if you're trading with something, I suggest less than $500. You really don't want to mess with cryptocurrencies, any US 30s, anything like that. And babypips.com, as Mr. Escobar said, is a good tool to understand that as well. But again, I suggest just using what we already have, your back office, going through the Forex and crypto. The terminology is there, the basics is there, and things of that nature as well. Even TradingView, is there as well. So I can't stress enough how what we already have has already the answers there for us. It's just how do we set up time and schedule that I'm going to study, right? Myself with wife, 3 children, and 2 small children at that. One is 2, one is 1, and being able to learn and actually sometimes host calls like this as well. So I do understand the struggle, but it's important that you create yourself a schedule to study. Okay, so as I was saying here, we're kind of waiting right now. We'll come back and look at it in a second, but I just want to kind of show y'all how to look at support and resistance, or zones as I like to call them. But those zones can be a floor or ceiling, or sometimes both, as you guys can see in this situation. Okay, so if I'm looking at Bitcoin, people say, what is Bitcoin going to do? I would say, well, right now, there are some possibilities based on the trends, right? That's why we trade the trends, right? Because one, the trend is your friend, period, right? You never want to trade against the trend, okay? And we're going to also talk about how to look at that. So anybody by chance would like to come off mute and tell me, is Bitcoin in a uptrend or is it in a downtrend? And if so, why? How can you recognize that? Anybody want to share that? JP, come off and share that, man. I see you in here, man. Get off that mute, man. Oh, no.
Hey, Chad, bring the chart in closer.
Well, I'm trying not to bring it in close, because if I bring it close, you really can't see what the trend is, right? Because I'm looking at the overall trend.
Oh, you look. Oh, my bad.
So overall trend, Bitcoin is an uptrend or downtrend? What you see? Sam, go ahead, tell me what you see.
Are you asking me?
Yeah, you off mute. Yep, I'm asking you.
Oh, and right now it's a little bit of both. I mean, I see a bullish on the left hand side, and then right in the middle. I mean, you kind of is like consolidated in the middle. Then towards the right, you got your bearish market right there. So to me, if I was gonna jump in this trade, man, I can't see. But if I was gonna jump in this trade, I'm telling you right now, it looks like it is a bearish market to me.
Looks like a bearish. And how do you recognize a bearish market? What are you looking for?
I'm looking at, I call it a downhill slope.
Okay. And what I want us to start looking at, and the terminology I'm looking for is, if I'm looking for something bearish, I'm seeing lower lows and lower highs, right? And same thing for a bullish market. You want to look for higher highs and higher lows, okay? And I'm glad we brought that up, because what we're gonna see is we see a high, right? We see a low, okay? We see a high, right? And that high is just a little bit higher than that previous one, right? Just a little bit, not much, but just a little bit. And then this next low is a little bit higher than this one. So we got a higher high and a higher low. Okay. We then got another higher high, higher low, right? Then we got a higher high. Okay. So right here, we do see an uptrend. So basically, like we were saying, we see it, I see it get bullish, but then I also see the downtrend in the market too, right? So let's chart it up, right? And I'm just looking at it over holistically, right? And a lot of times you got to look at this holistically before we can start looking at getting in and getting to this money, okay? So now when you start using arrows, things start to look a little different a little bit, in my opinion anyway. So as we seeing it now, okay, I kind of see, hopefully everybody can kind of see what I'm talking about, right? Boom. This was our low. You got a higher low, another higher low, and another higher low, right? It breaks those lows. So again, out of the ordinary, a lower low, and then it does what? Comes right back up, right? We do see it retrace, but holistically, we're looking at an uptrend. Bitcoin is on the up, right? So what I would look for, so that would mean in my eyes, this is a bullish pattern, right? Not a bearish pattern. Can we see this pull back, right? And then go fully bearish? It's possible. But again, what we're seeing majority of in this is we're seeing continuations to the upside. Okay. Here, we need to even where we're at right now, right? We're still in the uptrend because this is right now a higher low back to a higher high. Okay. We saw the dip here. Now we're almost back to, our normal regular scheduled programming right here, to get that in and get that right. All right. So overall, like I said, we're seeing an uptrend on Bitcoin. So in my opinion, again, if I'm going to trade Bitcoin, majority of my trades are going to be buys, right? Because that's the overall trend. Again, the trend is your friend. That's going to be your best slogan ever. Can we make money on the sale? Absolutely. But that's going to be rare because anytime you're going against the grain or against the trend, that's not good, right? The universe is telling you, hey, this is the way I'm going, and you're just deciding to go against the grain. So let me look over here. Nothing still is really happening right now in the market. Kind of at a standstill. Just looking to see a good green candle that closes in this area right here, and I'm putting a buy-in on the trade, right? And you can catch this thing right here from 1179 to 1190, and that's right there over about 100 pips easily in the market. So on 10 cents, you can make a $10 trade just by waiting for that candle right there. Cool. All right, so what I'm going to do is I am going to delete all this stuff. Well, actually, I'm not. I'm actually going to bring up another chart. Anything specific y'all want to look at? Well, Sam, I know you want to look at gold. Shouldn't even ask that question, right? I know Sam want to look at gold. Sam loves some gold. He makes all his money on gold. All right, so let's see. Got some markups here. I've been looking at that too. Uh-oh, somebody mute. Somebody got something for me? I love it when people come on mute. Sam, is that you? I think that's you. I'm trying to delete this stuff out the way. Again, I like to start everything with taking zones off. You guys can see I already kind of had these zones set up. And I'm actually going to keep those there for educational purposes because this was a trade that made me $100, $103 to be exact. And I'm going to show you what I saw. Okay. Why can I delete this? I don't know if somebody's drawing on the chart or something. It looks like somebody's drawing on it.
Somebody drawing. That ain't me.
Yeah, I don't know who's drawing on it. Got something. Cool. All right, so basically, as y'all can see, boom, Y'all can already kind of see I already created a zone right here. And why I created that zone, you guys can see the test of those levels, right? We see the breakthrough, we see it become a ceiling, right? We see it become a floor, and we see the touches, right? Mad respectful, okay? Price jumps back down here. It says, hey, once I hit the zone, I'm on the up and up, right? Once I hit this zone, we do see a breakthrough, but I'm back on the up and up very quickly. But then I saw the retracement to the downside. And what I mean by retracement to the downside, let me zoom in. Oh, I just made that. I'm sorry. What I mean by that is I saw the breakthrough, then I saw the retest right here, right? And like I said, it retested that zone. So I'm waiting for the next candle that's going to give me the direction that it's going to go in now that I get out of that zone. Okay. And because that next candle was a red or a bearish candle and it closed outside of that zone, I knew right at this moment that this is going to be a buy. I mean, I'm sorry, a sell right here. Okay. And because I looked at the previous, low, because it could take profit, could have been right here. Actually, this is where my first take profit was, right? Because I seen it respect this level so much. So I knew now once it broke through here, it's going to show some respect to this level,
Yeah,
some respect to another level. Let me see. Get a mute check real quick. Let me see who got that. Who need that mute check? Yeah, real quick. Appreciate you. But as we can see here, we see right now that it's broken through. Where's my take profit? Right. A lot of people say, when am I going to get out of the market? Travis, you just showed me how to get in the market. And again, I'm gonna go over it again. Hopefully, I can be a little bit slower. I got into the market, right? And the reason why we got into the market is we already saw zone levels where current price was, right? Current price again was teeter-tottering right here. So I'm like, I need to know the direction to enter this trade, right? So universe, give me a candle that closes either above this zone or below this zone to let me know, should I be buying or should I be selling? Okay. And since that next candle closed outside that zone in a sell, that then confirmed the market is on its way down, right? Because as much respect that it's had for this zone going the uptrend, right? Once it hit it, as you can see, this next one closed what? Above it, right? It hit it. This next one closed what? Above it. Okay. It hit it again, closed above it. So it's been very, very strong to show that it's been a buy. Hasn't been strong buys, right? So that lets me know, hey, people right here, Bitcoin is at 2,000. I'm sorry, I'm not even on Bitcoin. Gold is at 2,000, which at this point was all-time highs. Like it's never seen $2,000 an ounce in history. Okay, so people are like, you know what? I'm gonna sell, right? I'm gonna sell. I'm gonna take my money. I'm gonna take my profits. Bitcoin has never. I mean, again, I'm sorry. Gold has never seen these highs, so I'm gonna take my money, right? And what confirmed that for me is when it broke through that. Previously, I've seen a green candle, and then I can buy, and get about 20 pips right here. We don't want a lot. We just want enough to eat. Okay. But what this market did on gold was say, hey, everybody's selling, right? The bears are now in the market. So it closed here, and I say, oh, I got my extra confirmation. I'm in a sell. So now let's look at the price range. And again, I'm using a lot of tools on TradingView. This is where I usually do all my markups at. They do have an awesome TradingView app that I can use, that I use majority of the time because it's actually already on my phone. But boom, let's look at that right here, right? And that's just the level one, right? That's about, you see, 2009 to 1975. So it's about 330 pips, right, in our world. 330 pips. So again, at 10 cents on gold with 330 pips, that means you could make $33 in one trade on a very small lot size. what that also means, and why I say gold takes a lot of the account, is gold can actually move that fast in the opposite direction, right? So the stop loss on this would have been about 100 pips. Normal stop losses in other currencies like Euro USD, and I'll show for example, is maybe about 10, 20 pips, right? I'm only risking 1 to 2 to 3% of my account. But if I have a smaller account and I want to get into gold, I have to be willing to risk almost 10 to 20% of my account, which unfortunately, as a conservative trader, I don't suggest, right? And because of that, is because if you start with a $100 account and you lose 33, and you just lost almost 30 to 40% of your account, right? So it's suggested to always increase your equity and not increase your risk. So that's something to write down too. Increase your equity, never increase your risk. And what I mean by that again is have a larger trading account rather than trying to go standard lots on a $100 account to make a million on 100, right? Because it can happen. It's rare. It definitely can't happen, but it allows you to stay in the game if you're using proper risk management. Again, where I said I can go 6 and 5, right? I win 6 and lose 5 and still win $100, right? That's crazy, right? But that's proper risk management, a 1 to 4 win ratio. So again, I'm risking 10 pips to win 40 pips, right? So that means if I win 2, I just made 80 pips. I can lose 4 and still basically be in profit. You see what I'm saying? I can win 80. I can lose 4 at 10 apiece, which is minus 40 pips, and I'm still 40 pips in the good with a 2 and 4 record, right? That's what proper risk management does, right? We can still have a losing record the right way and still actually be profitable in what we do, right? And that is also in the back office. I believe in your academy, that is all the way at the bottom, risk management. So make sure you go follow that as well for my traders. But yeah, guys, so I took this all the way to take profit. Again, I could have gotten all of this. One thing with my strategy or my trading I've learned is oatmeal is better than no meal, right? Oatmeal is better than no meal, right? I would rather be say, hey, you know what? I got 300 pips. Now I just made $33 off 10 cents. I'm cool. I'm thankful. Thank the trading gods for today, right? You know, but that greed sometimes gonna sit in and say, hey, Mr. Chandler, hey Sam, hey JP, y'all could have got 3,000, right? And you say, man, so next time you get in a trade, what do? I'm gonna put in this 0.10 one time. I feel good. I'm feeling good. And then that market gonna say, you know what? We're gonna go the opposite way today. And instead of you losing $5, you done lost 50. You see what I'm saying? So please stick to your guns, 1 to 3% of your account per trade. And again, that's gonna change for everyone because like Sam, JP, they got thousands of dollars in the bank, so they spending that good money, they using them standard lots, but people like me, and again, don't get me wrong, I've made thousands of dollars. I bought a brand new motorcycle 2 years ago, cash, from out of my trading account. I didn't know what to do with the money. I made like about $4,000 at the time. I started 3 years ago with $300. So I've been chugging ever since, right? And I suggest as well, withdraw some money sometime, y'all. If y'all don't learn anything, take some money out. You get some profits. Don't take $10 out, man. You just get some Subway or something, man. Get something to eat. It feels good knowing that I can still withdraw and I can actually use the money. Right? That's what a lot of new people don't understand. Like, how do I get my money? So, hey, how you deposit it? That's how you withdraw. I spend it with Bitcoin. I save it with Bitcoin. So cool. All right, so let's look at something else. Let me check the chat real quick. I don't know if anybody put anything in the chat. Hey, JP, you on the call, man? Can you come off mute real quick? You got a second? Let me see.
Yeah, man. Can you hear me?
My guy right here, man. Yeah, I appreciate you, man. You got anything you need me to go over, anything like that?
No, brother, I just got my notepad out tonight. You pretty much doing this, knocking out this Forex 101. So nothing in particular.
Okay. But of course, you let me know, right?
Absolutely.
Gotcha, my man. It's my guy right there. If it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't even be into trading, to be honest with you. And that's one thing I tell a lot of people too when it comes to, I guess, marketing, as you want to call it. I don't really call it that because I told myself I would never market, but I do share positive experiences. And if he would have never shared it, or marketed, whatever you want to say, I would have never gotten an opportunity to be here. So I'm thankful for those who do share because there's somebody out here waiting just for you to share it so they can get their life changing experience as well. So always remember that. Again, numero uno is we come here to trade, right? If you come here to build, that's cool too, right? I know I got people that build. I got a nice team as well. But again, it's because I focus on trading and teaching people how to get to these pips, and organically they're gonna make that money, and people gonna want to know how they made it too. Cool. All right. So favorite pair. Favorite currency pair. I'm getting excited. Let's see. Let's look at the euro, right? Well, all these stimulus check talks, right? And this is one thing too. I want y'all to know here. Forexfactory.com. Write this down if you've never been to Forex Factory. Forexfactory.com is where every trader should look every day, right? And the reason being is because this is the news, right? And yes, we look at technicals. I love looking at the charts, man, getting technical. I was always a nerd. I want to say in school, I was that kid that went to college and actually went to every class, sat in the front, and wanted to get A's and B's. I know everybody wasn't like that, but I was a nerd, right? I wanted to do my work before everybody was done, all that type of stuff. So I love the numbers. I love the charts, as you guys can see. But I realize I have to understand the news because some days I may not want to trade, right? Because if you see red folders, that usually means it's a bloodbath. That usually means President Trump is talking too much, right? And he's usually doing that a lot, right? So we want to look at euro, we want to look at USD, and see what's going on. For example, here, like it says, the French unemployment reaches historic highs. So I may not want to trade the Swiss franc, right? Because I don't know what they're going to do, right? Unemployment is at an all-time high. Investors are probably pulling their money out of the Swiss franc. So the Swiss franc is probably weakening. So if I am going to trade anything against it, I'm probably going to buy, right? In a sense, right? Because euro Swiss franc or whatever CAD Swiss franc, I'm probably going to buy CAD versus the Swiss franc. Because if unemployment reaches highs, that means ain't a lot going on. It's not a lot of money in circulation because people are unemployed, right? They ain't got no money, right? So, and that's why we understand the news and get a little better at it. Um, and then, like I said, here, all is the only one that had some heavy news around 7:30. You can simply come here, look at the details, and hopefully everyone in this call likes to read, right? Because hey, sometimes we gotta read. Sometimes just reading this article, taking that time is the difference of growing your account 10% rather than 1%, right? Or taking an L or a loss when you never should have got in. The technicals can line up, but the news can say, oh, unemployment all-time high, and it plummets within minutes or seconds. Some people that are over-aggressive or high risk, love to trade the news. And there is a tactic you can do that. And I'm going to kind of show y'all this tactic. And I actually want to call it, I don't want to call it, I actually want to mimic it similar to the London daybreak session or strategy. Has
Hey,
anybody
Trendz.
heard of the London daybreak? Yes. Not sure what that is, but yes.
That's me, bro. Hey, can you adjust your mic down just a little bit? Your
I'm live?
no. You go in and out.
Oh,
So,
okay. Is that a little bit better?
yep, that's perfect.
All right, cool. My fault, man. Getting into it, man. Mic moving everywhere, headset. All right. Hopefully my kids
You
don't.
good.
My kids usually join us around this time. They get up, man. Like I said, my daughter's too. She always be coming down here, wanna get on the mic and put her headphones on. GBP USD, right? I got any people on here who work during the day and probably want to trade at night on the middle of the night? I know me and Sam was talking about this earlier. He's like, man, he's in a similar situation like me, multiple kids, wife, and then hold on, I don't want my wife to hear me. But man, yo, they want us to be with them all the time, yo. All the time. I'm like, bro, I
Hey,
can't.
bro, I ain't getting in trouble with you, bro.
Yeah, that's why I'm whispering.
Right. But
I'm
mine's right
free.
here
I'm
listening to you.
free. I'm free tonight.
Oh, you free
I'm so
tonight?
that need to
Oh
be
yeah.
said.
Yeah, he
I'm a
off
big
mute.
boy tonight.
He off
So
mute
Unmute
tonight.
me.
my wife right
I'm
here.
100%
My
with
wife-
you, Trav.
My wife listen to you, Trav.
Hey,
My wife
hey,
listen
hey,
to you on speakerphone, babe. I don't know what he talking about. I don't know
chill,
what
B,
he
chill,
talking
B.
about.
You gonna put me out there like that? And you was my best man at my wedding, bro. And you gonna do me like
That's a whole fact.
that? Oh man, but oh man, I'm crying out here. But all right, let's look at like what a daybreak session is, or how you could possibly trade the news. Okay, and like this is GBP USD. So the London session usually starts around 3 a.m. because that's when the London banks are opening. So with Forex, we can trade 24 hours a day, 5 days a week, because when one bank is closing in the country, they're opening somewhere else, right? In the US opens around 8, we're 8 to 5 ish. And let me get this right. I got this written down somewhere because this is something, like I said, is difficult. So if you're in the Forex Legend group, I do need to share this in there as well if I haven't already. And that's one thing
Hey,
I'm trying
Trav,
to
you got
get
a.
better at. Yeah, go
Hey,
ahead.
I got a quick question. So, is when the bank open, is that the best time to start looking at trades, or should we give it a couple hours to warm up, or it's like that's why I'm trying to figure out. Like you're saying, it's best to trade. When it is it when the bank's open, or when the session open, or what's the best time to start looking at jumping in your trades?
Gotcha. And that's a great question, right? And I'm basically have some notes that I put together to kind of answer that. The London session to me is a little bit different because on the London session when it's open, that's when all GBP pairs are going crazy, right? So this will be different. But however, there are certain pairs that you would use or trade or look to trade during the New York session, which is 8 to 5. For example, you would look to trade Euro, USD, JPY, and AUD, USD. And that's just for example. Whereas London, you're trading Great Britain pound, everything. You see what I'm saying? And then at the Asian session, right, which usually starts at 7 p.m. and ends around 5 or 6 in the morning, is like the Euro JPY, GBP JPY. So make sure what I'm gonna do is because I can't put the joint in here. I'm not sure who asked the question. So are you in the Trendz group or in the Forex Legends group? If
That
so,
was
I could.
CJ. Yeah,
Okay, yeah. So I
I'm in
can.
the Legends group.
I bet, bro. I'm actually about to drop it in there right now, so you can see this joint. Give me 1 second, y'all. Damn, bro, I got so many groups. It seems like I don't know where to go. I bet right here. So I'm about to drop that in there for y'all. Let me give y'all that goodness right here. Boom. All right. So I just dropped it in there. So basically that can be, the guidelines of, okay, if I'm trading at this time, if I'm up at 3 a.m. or 2:30, I'm looking at GBP pairs. If I go to work in the afternoon, I may do 11 to 8 or something scheduled like that. And I want to trade at 8 in the morning. I want to be looking at Euro USD, UJ, UCHEF, AUD, and NZD USD, certain things like that. So I just put it in there. But that does not mean that you can't trade them at other times of the day, right? This is just basically saying these are the best times to look at trading these pairs during this time. Hopefully that answers the question. But can you see it in the chat? If not, I can send you a private message. If anybody needs to send me a private message on like Facebook or something, just
It's there. I see it. It's there.
okay, cool. Nice. Perfect. All right, cool. Man, what am I about to do? Okay, so the breakout session, right? And this can work for Euro USD. I haven't tested it myself. because that 8 in the morning, that's normally not a trade time for me, you know, with little ones and kids, well, not in school, but virtually, you know, everything's happening right then, all the chaos and stuff. So a lot of times I'm trading kind of during the day, if they're going, or sometimes I just get in the car and act like I'm going somewhere so I can trade. Don't tell my wife that, y'all. Please, please, please. Please don't. Matter of fact, I think I'm too loud. But all right, so real quick daybreak session. So I'm gonna get a horizontal line, for example, just kind of show y'all, right? Because usually what happens before like the banks open, because before the banks open is the best time to really be charting up things. If I'm looking at, okay, it's about to be 8 o'clock, I'm a 7:30, I'm looking at euro. Price is probably not going to be moving a lot because the money isn't, the USD isn't circulating yet because the banks aren't open, quote unquote. Okay, so what I would see here is a blue line, right? And this could be a little bit advanced for other people. Again, just trying to go that. I will recap everything before we end it. But this will be, for example, it's, let's say it's 2:30 in the morning. I see current price is right here, right? This candle closing, right? So I want to see what that 3 o'clock candle closes. So when 3 o'clock hits, I'm gonna have a candle, okay, and it's gonna close. Let's say this is this candle. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna block it out. I'm gonna have a horizontal line on the opening and the close, okay? And what I'm gonna place is I'm gonna actually place in 2 trades, right? Because the news is about to happen, or the market is about to open, right? Okay. So what I would then do is I will put a buy in about 10 pips from the open, and then I'm gonna put a sell in 10 pips to this side. I'm gonna actually change the color so we can see that a little bit better. And I'm actually going to calculate it because right now the pips, I did not calculate them. So if you're somebody like me, and even though I've done this a long time, you know, if I have the tool, or like if I have a calculator, I'm gonna use the calculator, right? I'm not gonna do the long division. So what you can do is come over to your left side on TradingView. You can actually go to price range. In price range, as you guys can see from this point, I want to go 10. So 10 pips would be right there, 10 on the dot. So basically what that means, I will move my enter right there, boom. And I would do that again to the other side and find where it's 10. All right, and here my entry would be. So basically what I'm doing is I'm putting in the buy stop and the sell stop. Because what's gonna happen is once the news comes out, or once the market opens, the market is going to jump one way, guess what, or another. Okay, so when that happens, you know, one of these are going to be triggered. So for example, if I'm putting in a buy stop right here, my stop loss is the opposite entry point. Okay, if I'm putting in the sell stop, my stop loss would be the opposite buy point, right? Because I know if this goes to this, what I'm saying is it's going to keep going up. All right, let me put that there somewhere. This arrow right here. So if market hits this zone again, market's going to keep going up, right? What I'm saying is if market comes down here, market is going to keep going down. Change that color, okay? So if market hits this place and then retraces all the way to the other side, I want out. Let me take my small losses. Let me get out. But how I make my take profit from here, if my entry point is only another 10 pips, right? We're not trying to get a lot out of the market. Again, oatmeal is better than no meal. We're not trying to pay our mortgage on one trade, okay? The goal is to continue to progress and build your account to where we can average, grow our accounts at least 10% a month, right? Because 10% a month, no matter what kind of account you have, to me is massive, even if you have a $100 account, because you can't put that $100 in anything else that I know of legally anyway, right? That you could put it in and get 10% a month, okay? And that same 10% could be $100 for a $1,000 account, $1,000 for a $10,000 account, and so on and so on, right? Always look at things in pips and percentages and not necessarily dollar amounts, right? Because some people will say, oh, you only made $10, right? And in the beginning, I did. I only made $6, $10. Some days I still only get $6, $10, depending on the market, okay? But there's been some days, I wish Josh was on here today, but Sam, you saw Josh where he posted JP, you know, hey, he threw up $800 just today, right? And some days he's taking a $20 loss, you know, a $17 profit day. But if you keep plugging at it, you're gonna have those days. It's gonna happen, right? The only way people fail in trading is when they quit or they're not disciplined enough to be consistent in the academy, right? If you're not in your academy, you are doing yourself again a disservice. I can definitely say that. And we packed today, Mark. Hopefully I'm saying this right. What's up, Marquise? What's up, Quinn? I am Wealth King. How y'all doing? Appreciate y'all joining. Again, if y'all have any questions, feel free to come off mute if need be. So basically with the news, and this is for riskier traders. I'm not this risky enough to trade the news, right? When I see that red candle, I'm like, you know what? I don't really like odd anyway. I'm not even gonna mess with it, you know. But it's important if the pairs that you trade in, because you do want to find what your pairs are, right? You don't want to try to trade everything, right? You don't want to trade USD, Euro, Swiss franc, Canadian dollar, Bitcoin. You're trying to trade 15 different pairs, right? Find your three, zone in on that three, study those three, and you can trade those just 1 to 3 pairs, honestly, and make bank, right? I know a person who only trades USD JPY. That's it. They don't trade anything else. Love USD JPY. That's it. Don't trade anything else and be killing it when it comes to the money game. All right. So, but that's what you could do, you know, if you want to be risky or even practice on demo. Again, as I suggest, until you get comfortable with the strategy, you should do it for at least 30 days. Please, please, please. If you're doing something to say it doesn't work or it does work, please do it for at least 30 days, not 3. Right? That's not enough time, you know, for it to do that. Okay. So, and that's just simple right here. London, GBP. Soon as that 3 o'clock candle hits, boom. And what I would do if I'm up, I will put both trades in with a 10 pip profit, 10 pip take profit. You know, I'm probably looking at, you know, small lot sizes. I'm not trying to get much. You know, I might go back to sleep. I wake up. I put in maybe about 5 of those trades. I went 3 out of 2. I'm up at this point $6, right? I'm in profit. Not a lot. Again, if you're, and I'm doing this on like a small account, $500 or less. But again, think about it. That's $500. You're up 1.2% in a day, right? That's, again, that's awesome. If you can do 1% a day, that's 4% a week. You think about it. And then monthly, that's 16% a month, right? So sometimes it could be discouraging because you think the number is small, but look at that big turn. Remember, always why we started doing this. Cool.
Hey, Travis.
Yep.
Hey, if I could just add something to that.
Please do.
Just
Please,
because,
please.
Yeah, I mean, just, you know, as a finance guy, you know, and I'm not really a finance guy, but just a money guy in terms of, you know, investments, insurance, and, you know, just investing in general. I mean, we know what the banks are giving us. You know, we look at, you know, these bankers putting our money in CDs and whatever traditional instruments they try to convince us are good, right? I mean, I make a living, you know, basically selling similar products, you know, whether it's an IUL or PRA, you know, you're talking about a 6 to 12% on your money in it annually, right? But if you guys are listening to what Travis is saying, you know, you're talking about a percent a day, right? Percent a day. Let's say you only trade for, you know, 4 days out of the week, and you do that for, you know, a month straight. Well, that's 20%. You know, you're up in your account for the entire month, right? Well, I just showed you, you know, regular, great traditional investments are talking about 12% is great, you know, but 20% in your account growth for the month, just getting 1% a day trading, I mean, that's phenomenal. So we gotta, we gotta really keep things in perspective. And one thing I always like to quote is, one of the things that I think this, I don't know if this was a real conversation or what, but supposedly Jeff Bezos had a conversation with Warren Buffett, and he, was telling Warren how his investment strategy was so simple. Why wasn't everybody doing it? That was the question. And he told him, Warren Buffett told him that nobody wants to get rich slow, right? And so when you look at, everything that Travis is going over right now, he's not a risky investor. He's not a risky trader. But guys, I mean, you can get very, very, very good, making sure that you're that you're consistent, right? I mean, that consistent. I mean, $5 a day consistently, and $5 of course may grow to $10 because you're just adjusting your equity, right? You're adjusting your equity, not your risk. But that can grow into 10 a day, 20 a day, but organically, right? Because what's more important is that you're making sure that you're getting the pips consistently, right? And so that's all I really had, Trav, man. I appreciate you so much, man. I just want to throw that point in there from a finance perspective.
Nah, I appreciate you as always adding value, as you do, and I think it's important that we have these discussions, and that's why I have these trainings, for those who are already on my team, as well, and those who are not, you probably saw this three different ways. Either you're already in my team Trendz group, you're probably in my Trader Trends Facebook group, or you're in the Forex Legend group. Again, my ask of you all is to allow me to help you. And what I mean by that is reach out, ask questions, right? A lot of times Tuesdays and Thursdays are the best time for me to be able to be focused and help, so I may not be able to do Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I do offer, one-on-ones to people that are on my team. Those outside of my team, I ask that you come to these trainings, right? And things like that. But have questions, right? Have notes. Or if you're in the Forex Legend group or in Telegram, send me a private message. And if I can't answer it then, I say, hey, can you join the training? I can do it then. Or, hey, when can we set up a time where maybe we can talk or I can answer it? Continue to learn, continue to write down what you are learning, and also continue to circle the words that you don't understand. I think that's key. It may be elementary, right? But it's key. If you're going through your back office and you see words that you don't understand, write them down and look them up later separately. That's something elementary, but helped me all the way through college and even till now, right? And come back to these trainings and say, hey, Travis, can you look at this? Hey, can you look at this? And guess what? Let's do it live together, so we can learn together and we can make our mistakes together, right? If I make a mistake, I love to share it. For example, I lost 200 some odd dollars in one day, on accident.
256.
256. He remember, right? I don't even remember how much it was. $256, and I put it in chat because I was going to do something. I saw a trade set up, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna put this in my demo because I can't see my stop loss or take profit right now. So I'm gonna put it in my demo account, because I feel like it's set up, but I'm doing too much. Because I'm doing too much, I actually put in my live account with no stop loss, no take profit, again, which I highly suggest in live. But I took a loss because I wasn't paying attention, right? And it happens, things happen. But I shared that with my team to tell them, slow down, right? I took the loss for us all already. Slow down, right? Please, please, please slow down. Look at what you're doing. And if you are using a strategy, write them down, right? Write down notes, take notes, okay? It's important to do that and take notes when we're doing things like that, okay? So you know what you're doing, where you are. But I always share the goods, the bad, even in my Facebook group, right? You see the good, you see the bads. Like the other day, I was up $100 a day. Tried to be greedy, right? Again, it happens. I'm human, and I took some losses, and I only made $2 that day, right? I'm glad I was profitable, but I should have been $100 profit because whenever I get to 100, I stop, right? I'm not trying to be greedy because then your eyes get big. You put too much on your plate, then you can't eat all them greens. You got 2 helpings of greens, and you can't eat them all, right? Because your eyes was too big for your belly, right? I'm pretty sure everybody's experienced that before. But please, please, please do that. But before I end this, because I like to keep it an hour. Of course, Sam, it looked like you got your hand raised. I don't know if
Yeah,
you want to
buddy.
say something. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to share this a few. Do you know? I'll say this.
Mm-hmm.
We are tapping into a lot of money. 'Cause I want to piggyback off of JP.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we are tapping into a lot of money, and a lot of us have not been into that type of money or
Mm-hmm.
seen that type of money. So some of us are a little timid to get that money.
Mm-hmm.
But also your education, we've been talking about all night, is very important to do. But also, as you get in that education, this is kind of for the ones that are on the team. You know, you do have a Excel spreadsheet that gives you the ability to show you trades, equity line amount of equity line you need to use, as far as lot size, and show you the amount of money you can gain, and you can actually plan out how much plan out how much you want to use and how much time you need to invest in yourself to make this money. Because with that spreadsheet, you guys, that alleviates a lot of pain, and gives you a clear vision. Because JP always talks about, you got to have vision in this business, but you also have that vision for your finances too. So
Mm-hmm.
with all this trading that we're doing, you're making trades per, as many you want a day. You can do 10 trades a day, but
Mm-hmm.
knowing how much that 10 trades is going to make you in that day is a big difference in your week. You know what I
Right.
mean? So that's important, to really use all of your tools and resources. And it's kind of funny because Trav used to be my boss at T-Mobile, and that's all we used to talk about was, did you use
Tools
your
and resources.
resources?
Right.
Tools and resources, tools and resources. And this is all we're trying to imply tonight, is this: you really got to use your tools and resources, to actually learn these charts. Because once you learn these charts, it's going to be like a cakewalk to you. It's just like a baby learning how to walk. So I just wanted to share that. If you do have the ability to pull it up, I'll talk about it for like 2 seconds if you won't. But
The playbook,
no, not the playbook.
the
Well, you can
Excel
pull the
spreadsheet.
playbook up, but I was just a spreadsheet, just
Let me
because I
see.
know you want to keep it on the hour. I ain't trying to go back in long.
I mean, yeah, I mean, shoot. Let me see what I got, because I'm on my other PC. Is it up here? I don't think it's up here. Hey, Justin, you got it? I know you got it, but I don't know if you could share. If not, it's in my email.
Yeah, I'm on my phone. I'm not
I
on my
got you.
computer though.
I got you. I got you. No worries, my guy.
Well, it don't matter.
Yeah, but that is definitely, some what he's talking about. And I have another spreadsheet up, but I also do want to share. Hopefully it comes up. Yeah, let me share my screen real quick with y'all. And basically, this is the spreadsheet that I utilize, and it's similar, right? Basically the playbook that he's referring to, and I'm gonna see if I can find it while I'm pulling this up too at the same time. Basically, it's just how do you game plan of what you want your money to look like, right? As we stated, let's say you are starting with $100, and your goal is, 4%, whatever it is you want to be. Me, 4% a week, I think is phenomenal, right? And basically, what this spreadsheet does is kind of go
Oh,
over,
you rich ass.
trying to go
I
over
knew you was gonna cut off on me.
who that mute, who need that mute right there. Somebody need that mute. Boom, some cut off on somebody. But basically, looking at the spreadsheet here, I utilize this a lot when I'm consulting with, again, newcomers, right? Because unfortunately, I've come across too many that say, hey, I want to make, and again, I want you to dream, I want your goals, but I want you to be realistic, okay? And that's what I'm here to do. Forex, people think that I'm gonna make $1 million overnight, and it's possible if you got $500,000 to start with, absolutely. But you say, hey, I want to start, I want to make $500 a month. And I said, okay, cool, $500 a month. So what can you start off with? Like, how much can you, put in your account, right? These are Again, probing questions. Well, I only got $100. Okay, cool. All right. How much time per week can you put in? Maybe about 3 to 5 hours. Okay. So 3 to 5 hours a week. Start with $100. You want to get to $500 a month. Right? Okay, cool. Let's see what that looks like. So if we're looking at 4%, because I'm being extra conservative, again, 0.01, as I stated, 20 to 25 pips, risk, right? But I take profit is about 70 to get to that 4%. So that means I'm only making $4 basically per week on a $100 account. Okay. So in month one, I've only made $16, right? So that's not the 500 that this person is looking for. Actually, it's probably going to take about a year, right, before they even get to half of that, about 250 on that scale. So I would say, hey, are you willing to put in the work 3 to 5 hours a week, starting off $100 accounts? Will it be worth it for you to be committed for at least 12 months, right? Sometimes it works for people, sometimes it doesn't, right? But based on those questions, guess what? Well, we need to change your plan and your goals then, okay? Because if you want to get to 500, guess what? You're probably going to have to start off with $1,000 account, okay, to start off with. Because now we're getting 4% of that, which now, as we can see, is $40 a week, right? So now it's actually only going to take you, let me see, month one, month two, about 3 months this time to actually get, to where you're seeing $300 to $500 a month, right? With that same risk level. Again, we increase our equity, not our risk. Our risk is still 4%. So 4% of $100 is only 4, but 4% of $1,000 is 40, right? So we're still risking the same, but we just have more equity. So now it changes, okay? And that's basically how, I like to be transparent with all my people, because unfortunately some people, I say, yeah, you could do it, just sign up. A lot of times people, unfortunately, and it's disheartening, to see traders sign up with network marketers, if that makes sense. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but they can't give you the guidance that you need. So you have to change your attitude and know who you're signing up with, right? Don't sign up with the network marketer and be like, why they only marketing, right? You kind of know who you signed up with, right? So myself, I'm a trader. People who network don't like me because I talk about trading most of the time, right? You're not going to talk about building. I'm like, I'm probably not, honestly, because if people want to learn how to trade like I'm doing, they're going to build with me anyway, organically, right? And that's how it is. And I like to be transparent because I don't, want to mislead anyone about anything we're doing. Again, I want you to be successful. And the only way you could be successful is with transparency, with honesty, and with help. Help, support. And I told Justin I have to do better of posting in our Forex Legend group as well, because we in our team Trendz chat almost all day. I wake up at like 7 sometimes, in India, and she done already made $200-300 from 3 a.m. Like, I'm just like, yo, I just woke up, B. Like, you out here, right? And Justin, you pointed that out to me. He was like, bro, she was in there at 3. I said, bro, I'm just
3
getting
this
up, man.
morning.
I'm just getting up, yo. I don't know,
Yes. She was
right?
up 3 this morning calling them out.
You know what I'm saying? And I love to see people on my team, and she's only been trading. She started a while ago, stopped, and then and like Josh today, here's his first $800 day. He amped. You know what I'm saying? And you got to
But
support each other and continue to grow. What you was about to say? You gonna add to that?
yeah, I was just gonna say, I mean, it's exciting to see what Josh did today, just simply because he stayed committed to the process of taking his small gains.
Mm-hmm.
He was a person seeing, India making $800-1,000 a day,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, he called himself, what do you call himself? Turtle profits,
Yeah,
turtle
he call them turtle profits.
something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he basically knowing that he's staying in his own lane and getting his small daily profits. That's what you're talking about. He
Mm-hmm.
started off, I believe, with he started off with a $70 account.
Yeah, he started with like 70 bucks.
70
And
bucks.
and I think he grew it to probably about 2 before he started, up in
Right.
that lot size.
Right. He had one great day and
Hmm.
took him to almost 200.
Right.
And but in between time, of course, it was still real small lot sizes, still real
Hmm.
small lot sizes every single day, consistent.
Right.
Get $5 here, $10 there. But of
Hmm.
course, like you said, through that consistency in
Right.
the market, everybody has a great day in the market. Today was
Hmm.
just his day, $800.
Right. Just like that. And like I said, and what I like to do too is to thank the market. I'm a person who always talks about positivity, so have an attitude of gratitude. The market you something, say thank you, man. I'm thankful. When they give me $100, I say thank you, Euro. I appreciate you, Euro. You know, and then we need to also start our days different, right? And this is outside of trading, because like I said, the mental piece of it. Every day when I wake up, I say 3 things. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for making a wake up list, and I'm thankful for having another day to make an impact, right? Start your day with the attitude of gratitude, right? Allow the universe to say, I owe you some positivity now. I owe you something good because you just woke up on the good foot. Majority of our people, unfortunately wake up and the first thing they look at is Facebook, which is usually negativity, the news, negativity, or I would say they spouse, but hopefully that's not negative, you know. But a lot of times we wake up to negativity, or we say, "Man, I don't want to do something. Oh, I don't want to go to work. Oh, I don't want to do this." So my spirit of my day is jacked, right? So we gotta change the spirit of our days from how we wake up, right? Again, it goes back to the story of the Bible or the sower, sowing and reaping, law of attraction. You sow good, you reap good, right? You sow bad, you reap bad. You don't sow, guess what? You don't reap. You see what I'm saying? So it's important to, really take everything holistically. Like Forex to me truly is a lifestyle, right? Like I ain't got my chain on, man. I got an iced out chain that says Trendz on it, because I'm taking this to another level. It's a brand and it's about empowering, enriching, and educating our people. And again, if so many people reach out to me about other opportunities under the sun, but if I can't learn something and I'm not empowered and I gotta wait on somebody else to do something, I'm good, right? I want to learn because a skill set is something no one can ever take away from you, right? People can take your money all day, and people gonna ask for your money. Trust. We in this time right now where everybody wanna start their own company, whatever they want to call it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, send me some money and I'll send you some money. Okay. What are you going to do with it? You got to tell me. Like, are you giving me a book or something? Like, can I read something? Am I learning something? Am I getting some shoes? Is it a product? Is it a service? And that's something that's important. So, and one thing about me, and I was utilizing different softwares and things like that. And I understood that if this software doesn't work or this bot doesn't work, I'm SOL, right? Because without it, I'm nothing. And when I first got into trading with Justin, the first thing I saw was educational platform. And I said, yo, that's what I want. I want to learn. I want to read. I want to grow. So many people are saying, hey, take my trades. And I'm like, okay, do you teach me? They're like, nah, but I can give you my signals. That doesn't help me because, again, without you, I'm nothing, right? Teach a man how to fish, feed him for the rest of his life, right? I'm not here to make nobody's plates. I'm here to say, hey, you know what? Here goes some chicken. You got to get your own sides. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely going to help out. I'm going to support you. Again, if you're on my team, you already know calls, texts. If you're in Richmond, I'll pull up on you, if I can. I know with COVID, sometimes we still about 6 feet apart, but you can hear me from over here. But that's just what I do, because at the end of the day, together everyone achieves more, right? So I'm just building a team, so I appreciate everybody that's joined the team, those who not on the team yet that's joining the team, those in the Forex Legend team. We are connected, we already in the right place. And on Thursday, and I do this every Tuesday and Thursday night. I don't know when the last time I missed one at all, but every Tuesday and Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, will be right here, right? So on Thursday, please get into your academy. And one thing Josh said in our group when he posted that $800 day, his first response was, go to the support and resistance training number 2. You see what I'm saying? Because he's learning and earning. And I'm, if you know me, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be respectful, but I'm gonna be like, man, you ask me questions that's in your training. I gotta teach you how to fish, because if I give you the answers every time, guess what you're gonna do? You're coming back to get them answers. So like you said, tools and resources, right? And if I see you doing that, guess who going willing to help you even more, right? I'm willing to go even more. Hey man, I looked here, I didn't see it. Cool, I got you, right? But if you tell me you ain't look, I'm probably gonna hang up the phone on you. Hey, you okay? Cool. Let me know. Call me back. Right? I got 2 kids in the background already yelling because they want goldfish. I ain't got time. Go look in that back office. Let's get it. And because what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to teach somebody else. Somebody waiting on you right now. All right, let's go get to this money. Right? Let's be thankful and have an attitude of gratitude for the wins. Right? And we take the losses as lessons and we figure out what we did wrong so we don't do it again. And let's get to this bread. All right, that's what it's all about. Everybody eats. So before I
Hey,
close this up though, I do want to do a round table. I see Sam, you got your hand up. Go ahead.
hey, real quick, y'all. Just if you're gonna use a chart, like I said, Travis is similar. Chart. If you take a loss on, say, like on trade number 3,
Mm-hmm.
what you do is you go back up that previous trade, which would be trade 2, and just
Mm-hmm.
start back. Start retract, and
Yep.
then continue going down the line. So I wanted to share that just in case somebody wants to implement this plan right here, so they can really stretch out their equity and their finances.
Absolutely. Makes sense. Glad you pointed that out. Yes. Yes. And again, what he said was if you get to trade 3 and you take a loss, right, based on your account, you will go back to trading week 2, right, and utilize those lot sizes before going back up to the next. Cool. Right. So yeah, but Sam, you got a point. Let me see who else we got up here. I'm doing this round table. Quinn, you got anything for us tonight? Questions, comments, concerns?
Um, I had one question, man, but I don't even remember what I was about to ask, man.
Come on, man, you gotta write it down, baby.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I guess it's basically I know, but with this whole program here, like y'all you got something like when you get signals. I know that was the IML what we used to do.
I mean,
They'll give you
I never heard of it.
IML.
Never heard of it.
Okay.
I don't even speak on that.
Okay. Well,
No, I just don't. Like, no disrespect. I don't speak on other companies when I'm doing something. Just no disrespect to nothing. You know what I'm saying? That was cool, whatever, but we doing something different.
that's true. That's true. But it's just all about entering trades, man. Like as soon as it gets there, like it's a certain time to enter. So I just know what I've been doing, what I should be doing. So, but it's just back about, I know, like you said, it's about getting back into that
That academy.
the academy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the answer to that is you got to know what zone you in, right?
Exactly.
Because it could be 5 minutes and the move could have already been made. So I can't say get into the trades within 5 to 10 minutes because the market can move as quickly as possible. But
Yeah.
when you're in a position to say, hey, I see the trade is still near the entry, it hasn't passed the zone, or I still have time, you know yourself to enter. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
And also you want to know that anyway, because you don't want to use every trade. Every signal isn't a good signal. You see what I'm
Okay. I
saying?
see what
Right.
you're saying. Yeah.
Majority of the signals is you got to get all of them, right? For it to be successful, truly to see that 70+% winning percentage, which is still good, but you got to get to every trade. If they send out 10, you got to be 10 for 10. And a lot of times that's hard when with all of our day-to-days. You
Mhm.
see what I'm saying? Because if you work during the day, you probably can't copy and paste the trades during the day. You
Yeah.
at work, right? I need them
Exactly.
at night,
Yeah.
and a lot don't come at night. So I gotta know how to support resistance myself, right? Or be able to do that. So yeah, and I think, like I said, the support and resistance trainers is 11 of them. So it's a lot in there. Those are the keys to really knowing when to enter and exit, and also see when a trade signal comes in is, did I pass the move or am I still able to get in? You know, that's
Okay.
really the best way to do it. You know, I really can't give you a, I try to say 10 minutes, but again, the move could already been made, and I don't want nobody to take my word on that. But if you can get it as soon as it comes out within like 3 minutes, you're more than likely in a good spot. But you
And
always want to see.
the crazy thing is, man, I hit a couple one of them those is it Great British Pounds or whatever? Is that what it is?
GBP.
Yeah, GBP.
Yeah.
Man, I lost to a few of those, man. I don't know if it's
On the
because
trade signals.
yeah.
Yeah,
Not,
the goal is to be our own signals. Like I said, I don't know if you're
yeah,
relying just on them. Please don't just rely on the signals. Right, we're here for the academy. The academy is really what's going to take it to the next level. So,
right.
but I've lost on them too. You know, the good thing is that, like I said, proper risk management, right?
Mhm.
Because you can have a losing record and still win. But if you're losing, it's probably because, do you understand your lots? Do you understand your pairs or stop losses? Right, and
And I
things like that. And sometimes I don't think everybody does.
was hearing that thing, you know, I was hearing that situation you was talking yesterday about that revenge trade, man. I've had some little behavior like that, man. Like when you lose a lot, then you just feel like, man, I can't take this no more. You just get out of the trade. So
Mm-hmm.
I had some of that behavior coming back. You know that, you know, when I was doing the demo, you
Mm-hmm.
know, you was wondering like, yo, Quinn, tell everybody how you know what I'm saying, how
Mm-hmm.
you know you've been doing good on this trading. And
Right.
I said, man, it's just discipline, man. You just gotta be patient with it, let it go or whatever. So
Right.
yeah, man, it's, you know, it's pretty much, you know.
Yeah. So you can also tell how it feels to not be disciplined too, right? You've
Yeah,
seen it.
exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it's hard, bro. It's hard to be disciplined because you know, it's commitment is something we all struggle with. You see what I'm
yeah,
saying? And discipline means you're committed to your commitment, even after that feeling that you started with is gone, right? You may not feel good. I don't want to work out today, but I made a commitment. I'm gonna lose this pound, so I gotta
yeah,
work out, right? I said this is my strategy, so I gotta study, you know. And the more that you become confident in the back office, and that's why I stress it so much. Like, yo, you gotta know your stop loss, because the
right.
trade signals give you a stop loss. But if the stop loss is 50 pips, right, and you at a 0.03 on $100 lot, you over leveraging, right? But
Okay.
people don't know because guess what? They ain't been in their back office. You know, they don't know their risk management, and that's what we get sidetracked at, is that we plugging in trades and we don't even know why we doing it.
Hey, Trav.
Yeah,
Hey,
what's
hey,
up?
hey, Quinn, real quick, you know, another quick thing too, you know, if you always on the go and you working, you know what I'm saying, you can take the trades, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying, plug them in, and then go to your trading view and mark your charts, bro, with the trades that they're giving. And you can
Mm-hmm.
follow the trade right there on your follow the trade right there on your chart. And
Mm-hmm.
that can even help you in advancing your learning if you're
Right.
having a trouble getting in your back office and really focusing on your education. You can speed your education up by just putting in the trades that they're giving you that they have already looked up and figure out why they put those trades in.
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Something that
Yep.
you can, something I'm trying to give you while you're on the road or what you're doing, so you're
Mm,
just not just plugging in trades and putting down your phone and then get mad at yourself, but really you're mad at them because you lost, but you're really mad at yourself because you're not really paying attention. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So you got to understand the money's not just going to come to you.
right.
Mm-hmm. Man, he done muted himself, man. He must have been getting hot over there or something.
Can actually leverage it because
Oh,
I've
there you go.
learned that, bro. I've tried to cheat this thing so many times, bro, and it doesn't work. It's not gonna give it to you. You're gonna see red on your screen a lot. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
when you were disciplined, it gave it to you. So that's all
Right.
I have to say about that.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Gotcha.
Absolutely. Sam, appreciate you, Quinn. Did that cover everything you wanted to say, Quinn?
Yeah, that covers everything, bro.
Cool, bro. I appreciate you, bro. Sam, did that cover everything you wanted to say? Or
Oh
have
yeah, man.
for us?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'm good, man. I'm good.
All right, all right. Let me see who else we got. Miss Chandler, do you got anything for us? Comments, questions, concerns?
I am so happy to be here. You just don't know.
I
I have learned
appreciate you
a
being here.
lot, and I shall continue, and I will get into my academy more often and learn. I understand the charts, so I can read them,
Okay.
and I just need to get more into marking them and doing my own trades and try not to take these signals because I took a big loss the last couple of weeks following those trades. So I need to learn how to fish.
Gotcha. Absolutely. Right.
Just
And I
be bad.
love it. I love it. Yeah. And yeah, so I'm writing down 2 notes as well. So like on Thursday, things I can specifically, look into doing as well. So I thank you, for the feedback. All feedback is welcome. Of course, so the only way I can get better is if I get feedback too. I tell everybody you are never too young to teach and you're never too old to learn. Again, so keep it up, keep doing what you're doing. It's gonna be rough, but again, you got a team here with you. We on Telegram with you. If you feel like you're falling off the wagon, just shoot me a message on there and say, hey, you could just put wagon and I already know what's going on. And I'm gonna see if I can come get you off that wagon so we can get you
I
back in the game.
appreciate you. Thank you.
Absolutely. Let me see what else we got. We had some few people look like they had to jump off real quick. JP, what's up, my guy? Anything you want to close us up with before we in the call?
No, man. Excellent training tonight. I think you touched on a lot. I'm so glad Kim was on this call and everybody else we had on this call. It was a great call. And you're just consistent. You know what I mean? One of the best educators I know, and you have a passion for educating the people. And so I just really appreciate it, man. Appreciate what you're doing. I know you're gonna get better. Not to say you're bad now, but you're just gonna get better. So I appreciate the value and just could continue looking for more. And any way we could serve in whatever capacity, we'll certainly keep doing that.
Absolutely, absolutely, my guy. Appreciate y'all as always. Again, I do this because I want to see everybody at the top because the bottom, y'all, that's way too crowded. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all nights. I will see y'all on Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Appreciate you. Y'all enjoy.